Fine, good morning to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and you all are doing well. I hope by God's grace you all are safe. So pray to God for your health, your studies, parents and everything. Okay. So warm greetings to you all students. Welcome to our today's online class. So now we are studying about chapter 3. So what's the title of your chapter students? So please recall it. What's the title of your chapter? Computer organization, isn't it? Okay. So before I am going to start our today's class, so just recall what are the things I have taught at the last class and also what are things you have studied in this chapter till the last class. Okay. Yes, before that I need to ask one thing to you. So yesterday I asked you to complete 2 homeworks in your notebook. Isn't it? Have you all completed that homework in your notebook, students? Have you all completed? So please, what are the homeworks I'm saying? So please write, even if it's a assignment means please write it as an assignment, or it's in a homework you need to write in a notebook means please write it once the school reopens, or whether from the management if they ask to submit your notebook or assignments or homework means you need to submit what are things I said. Understood students? Okay. So in this chapter what are things you have studied students? Microprocessor you have studied. Then characteristics of microprocessor, very important 5 mark question you have studied. Then classification of microprocessor, important 2 mark question you have studied. Then classification based on data width, important 2 mark question you have studied. Then classification based on instruction set, important 2 mark question you have studied. Then memory device, that is memory hierarchy. That picture or diagram yesterday asked you to draw in your notebook. So that diagram you have studied, and also that is important 5 mark question. Then what do you mean by RAM? You have studied types of RAM. So differentiate SRAM and DRAM you have studied. Then ROM, isn't it? So today you are going to study about types of ROM. So what do you mean by RAM or AM? RAM means random access memory. That means that's a temporarily storage device. It's not a permanent. So what are the programs currently you are using that will store in what? RAM. So it's a volatile memory, isn't it? So what that is permanently you cannot able to store. But ROM is just opposite. So what's the expansion for ROM? Read only memory. Okay, so once you are the computer you are buying means once the manufacturing of the ROM itself, they have programmed each and everything in the ROM. So once the program they have written on the ROM means you cannot able to change it or edit it or read it or anything. Okay, so we can call that's a which one? Non-volatile memory. Okay, so today you are going to study about types of ROM. Okay, so among that very important 5 mark question, RAM, types of RAM, very important question. Then ROM, types of ROM, very important 5 mark question. Okay, so ROM, from where you need to write, say yesterday you have studied no ROM or OM. There from starting from there you need to explain the all the types of ROM. Okay, so what's the first type of ROM? Programmable read only memory, that is PROM. Programmable read only memory. Okay, so name itself having programmable. Okay, so you need to write, or the programmer need to write the things by means of what? A software or program. So this PROM is also a non-volatile memory. ROM already has studied, isn't it? It's a non-volatile. What's the meaning of non-volatile? Non-volatile means once you have written means you cannot able to edit or change or anything. So that only we are calling as a non-volatile, isn't it? So PROM is also a which memory? Non-volatile memory. Okay, that means whatever things are presented inside the ROM you cannot able to change it. Okay, that's a permanent one. So listen, and also an important thing. Okay, so in the PROM, that is programmable read only memory, only one time only you can able to write the program. Okay, so once first starting you have written the program on the PROM. So once you have written all the things on the PROM means after if you are trying to edit it or construct it or anything, you cannot able to change. Once you have written means whatever you are written on that one, that it will be there. You cannot able to change it. Okay, so that's important is you can able to write the data only once. Okay, so once you have written the program on the PROM means it will be remain forever. Okay, so unlike the main memory already you have studied, isn't it, RAM, main memory, so that and all temporary storage, isn't it? So even sometimes the power went off or power turned off means the content, whatever things you are storing in there, the content will get lost, isn't it? So but PROM is not like that main memory or RAM. So even when the computer is turned off or switched off means also whatever contents is there or whatever information, whatever data is available in PROM will be there. You can able to retain the contents or you can able to recollect the contents. Understood? So 3 points you have studied here. What are they? So PROM is a non-volatile memory. So and also only you have written the program only once only or one time. Okay, so once you have written the program means you cannot able to re-edit or anything, but the program remains forever. Okay, so unlike the main memory, so the PROM even the computer is switched off means also you can able to get or recollect the contents. Understood? Okay, so sometimes they will ask for 3 mark question, define PROM. So at that time you need to write that 3 points. Okay, so next question is very important 3 mark question. Okay, very important 3 mark question. Please note it down each and everything in your notebook. Okay, so differentiate between PROM and ROM. Okay, what's the question? Differentiate between PROM and ROM. Okay, so listen. So what's the first point? So first point also you can write PROM means programmable read-only memory. So in the ROM, what you need to write? Read-only memory. Okay, so listen. So PROM, while you are buying the computer, okay, you are buying the new computer at that time, so the PROM will be a blank memory. While you are buying time, that it will be a blank memory. Okay, but ROM is not like that. While you are buying the system itself, so something is programmed during the manufacturing time itself, they have programmed in the ROM. But PROM is not like that. So once the manufacturing time, they are not written any program. They are not going to write any program while they are manufacturing. So manufacturing time, they are giving the PROM as a blank memory only. But ROM is not like that. While the manufacturing time itself, they are writing some programs on it. Understood? So 2 points you have studied. What is the first difference? PROM means you need to write. So make a tabular column. So today's homework, at last I will say this question you need to write in a notebook. Okay. So PROM, first point you need to write programmable read-only memory. There you need to write read-only memory. Then second point you need to write PROM is manufactured as blank memory. Then in the ROM, what do you need to write? ROM is programmed during manufacturing time itself. Understood? Okay. Then, so here one important thing, sometimes they will ask for 1 mark question. Okay. So, the person who are writing the program on the PROM chip, the person is called PROM programmer or PROM burner. Understood? So, person who is writing the program on the PROM is called what? PROM programmer or PROM burner. Okay, so the PROM programmer or PROM burner is that person only will able to write the program on the PROM chip. So it's just look like a chip only. Okay, so in that chip they will write the program, how the chip needs to work or how the PROM needs to work. Okay, so the process of programming on the PROM is called what? Burning of PROM, burning the PROM. So important 2 mark question, define burning the PROM. Okay, so the 2 mark question, if they ask define burning the PROM means last 2 points you need to write. What are the points you need to write? PROM programmer or PROM burner is used to write data on PROM chip. What's the meaning? The person who has written the program on the PROM is called what? PROM programmer or PROM burner. Okay, so the process of programming in a PROM is called what? Burning the PROM. Understood? Okay. So next one is EPROM. Okay. So what's the next thing? EPROM. That is erasable programmable read-only memory. Okay, names having already ROM you have studied. Then programmable read-only memory you have studied. Next EPROM. Erasable programmable read-only memory. So name itself having erasable. What do you mean by erase? Erase means delete or erased, isn't it? Okay. So this is also a one kind of memory. Erasable program is also a one kind of memory. So it is also come under what? The type PROM or ROM. Okay, but what's the thing mean? In PROM you have studied the PROM, the programmer can able to write the program. Even the power went off means also you can able to retain the content, isn't it? But here the content, what are the content available in the EPROM can be erased using ultraviolet rays. Important, very very important 3-mark question. Okay, so and also important 1-mark question. Second point, EPROM content can be erased using that dash. It can be erased using dash ultraviolet rays. What do you mean by ultraviolet rays? So in physics you might have studied, isn't it? UV rays. Okay, ultraviolet rays by sunlight, sunbeams, and that's like ultraviolet rays. So if the ultraviolet rays or fall on the EPROM, means what are the contents are available in EPROM will get erased. Understood? Okay, so this EPROM has the ability to retain the contents. Even using the ultraviolet ray, it does erase means also you can able to reprogram it. Okay, you can able to reprogram the particular memory. Understood? What are the points you have studied EPROM? So EPROM means what's the full form? Erasable, programmable, read-only memory. Okay, so it's also a special type of memory. Okay, it serves as a kind of which one? PROM. So what are the contents? So the contents available in PROM can be able to erased by means of which one? Ultraviolet rays. Okay, but the contents is erased using ultraviolet rays means also you can able to retain the contents. Okay, so even the contents is erased by using ultraviolet ray, you can able to reprogram the particular memory. Okay, so likewise each point they will give differentiate between, so they asked differentiate between PROM and ROM and differentiate between EPROM and PROM. Okay, you need to differentiate and write. Okay, so first you see the picture of that one. That's the picture of EPROM. Okay, just like a chip. Okay, so differentiate between this also you need to write in your notebook. Okay, differentiate between EPROM. First I said differentiate between ROM and EPROM. Isn't it? ROM and PROM. So this question is differentiate between EPROM and PROM. Okay, so listen, what's the first difference? So in PROM, you can able to write the data only once. So and also once you have written and cannot be able to erase, isn't it? So what's the first point you can write? So PROM, the contents can be able to write only once and it cannot be able to erase. But EPROM, what you can write? EPROM, so the contents can be erased by using which one? Ultraviolet rays. So first point you can write EPROM, erasable, programmable, read-only memory. First point. Okay, differentiation first point you can write EPROM under the heading erasable, programmable, read-only memory. In PROM what you can write? Programmable, read-only memory. Okay, what's the second point you can write? PROM, the program can be written only once. Okay, so and also it cannot be erased. But there you can write, so EPROM, the program can be erased using which one? Ultraviolet rays. Okay, that's the second one. Listen then. So this kind of EPROM where they are using means mainly they are using in personal computers. Okay, where they are using in EPROM? In personal computers, because sometimes if they need to change the program. Okay, first they have written on program on the chip, based on the chip will work. So after some time they need to change the program and they need to change the working of particular EPROM. Okay, so in the modern computers or modern personal computers, they are using which kind of this one? EPROM. Why? Because in EPROM only you can able to change the contents. Okay, so listen. So but in PROM also you can able to, that is also a programmable. But here PROM you already have studied only once only you can able to write. Okay, so PROM, so once you are buying time, it's a blank memory, isn't it? So after that, only the programmer have written the content. But EPROM not like that. So based on your wish, that means based on, so that particular programmer or particular developer needs, you can able to change the contents. Understood? Okay. So next one is, listen, EEPROM, that is electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. Okay, electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. Okay, name itself having electrically erasable. So the contents can be erased by using which one? Electrical charge. Okay, so it is also a kind of PROM. So EPROM you have studied, the contents can be erased by using which one? Ultraviolet rays, isn't it? But likewise in EEPROM also the contents can be able to erased by using what? Electrical charge. Okay, by means of electrical charge, electrical fluctuations, you can able to lose the contents in EPROM. But if you are losing the contents in EEPROM means also you can able to retain the content. So if sometimes if the what are things you are storing in the computer, that EEPROM, at that time the power is shut down. So even when the power is turned off, you can also able to retain the contents. Okay, but compared to all the types of ROM, this EEPROM is very slower in performance. Understood? Compared to all the types of ROM, this EEPROM is what? Very slower in performance. Understood? So what are the types of ROM you have studied one time? Please remember it. ROM. Okay, ROM you have studied ROM. Then PROM, programmable read-only memory. Then next time, erasable programmable read-only memory, EPROM. Next is EEPROM, electrically erasable. This types of ROM question very important 5-mark questions. So 5-mark questions, each and every point you need to explain. Okay, so next memory is cache memory. Okay, so in that memory hierarchy diagram itself you have studied, cache memory is located at the top, isn't it? So compared to all the types of memory, cache memory is very fastest or speedest memory. Okay, so the speed of this memory is very fast and also expensive. That means rate is becomes very expensive. Why means whenever the speed becomes fast, at that time the rate becomes high only. For example, so you are buying 2 GB RAM, means the rate is becomes 2000 rupees. Same times you are buying 4 GB RAM, means the rate becomes 4000. So based on the speed, the rate becomes high. Okay, so based on, because of this higher cost, the CPU becomes what? They are using smaller size of cache memory. So compared to main memory, they are not using as much of the main memory size. So compared to main memory, they are using some smaller size of cache memory. Okay, so what's the use of this cache memory? Okay, so for example, I'm telling, while you are opening the net, when you are using the net, what first you will type? Maybe www.google.com. Okay, so one time you are opening, same page you need to open 4 or 5 times. Okay, so first time you are opening www.google.com. So after some pages and all, you are opening images, videos, everything you have seen. After also you need to open www.google.com. So at that time, same time you are using 4 or 5 times. So the request from what you are giving me, no typing, that is called request. So that request is sent to a particular server. So each and every time the request need to send to the server, and from there only you are getting information. So that is a very toughest task. So instead of going there to the server and getting the information, they are storing your contents temporarily in the cache memory. Okay, to avoid the time consumption, so they will store between the server and the main memory. In between the cache memory will there. So no need to go to the server and get the response. So immediately you can get all the information from the cache memory. Okay, so what's the main use? Mainly used to getting the data very closer. Okay, that is a fast response time. What do you mean by response time? For example, so you are typing, sitting here and typing www.google.com. For example, I am telling. So that Google server may be in Karungal. Okay, so maybe in Karungal. So whenever you are typing, for example, I am telling, okay, whenever you are typing www.google.com, the request need to be sent to where? The Karungal server. Then from the Karungal server, what are the informations you are typing? From there, it will get it and display in your screen. That is, so what typing no www.google.com, that is a request time. So details display in the system, no, that's the response time. So to avoid the, so when all the times if you need to typing that www.google.com from your place, it needs to from here to go to the Karungal server. In between, for example, in between Karungal and your place, the particular your system near the cache memory will be there. So instead of going there and getting the accessing the service, the cache memory will store what are things you are typing. Then next time if you are typing means it no need to go for the server, directly from the cache memory it will get the information. Okay, so that is called response time. So to avoid time consumption, okay, so to get the fast response time, you are using what? This cache memory to for a, even for sometimes you will read the data, sometimes you will edit the data. See the diagram? So from the CPU, whatever you are typing from the keyboard, that it get from the CPU. So directly if you need to go to the main memory, in between main memory and the CPU, who will be there? Cache memory. So from the cache memory, the data is giving to CPU means it's a fast thing. From the cache memory to main memory, if you are getting means it's a slow thing. Understood? So what are the memory devices total you have studied, students? One time you recall. RAM, types of RAM, then ROM, types of ROM. What are the types of ROM? ROM, PROM, EPROM, EEPROM and cache memory. So if they ask for memory devices means you need to write from that memory diagram, then from RAM to till cache memory you need to write. Very big question only. So you are feeling tough to study all the things mean please each point you should each headings you need to write 3 points. Okay, each heading you need to write 3 points. Understood, students? So today's homework is listen. So two differentiation I said. Difference between ROM and PROM and difference between PROM and EEPROM. That two differentiation you need to write in your notebook. And also you need to study this 5-mark question. Okay, so today up to this enough, students. Tomorrow we can study secondary storage device. Thank you, students. Take care.